Hey guys, Naja here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new, please go ahead and subscribe to the channel, like the video, and make sure you share this with someone, okay? Guys, I have a dream for you guys I want to share with you today. I received this dream back in March the 11th to be exact. And so I'm going to hop into this dream and then give you guys the interpretation that I received in regards to it, all right? If you guys are looking for coaching, please visit the description box. You always will find out how to reach me, how to sow into the ministry if interested, how to request prayer. The link to my website is in the description, so that's there for you. All right, guys, so if you happen to see me, I pray that the sun does not just go all in today like it did on my last video, but I'm going to get through this pretty quickly. I have an appointment to be to, so let's get started. So I'm reading from an abundance of notes, probably can't even see, and like I said, this was on March the 11th. And so in this dream, I was standing outside of a house, and all the houses, they were like very close together, almost like they were so close together. It was ridiculous how close together they were. But they were, and I don't even know if they have houses that are like this in other states, but in Atlanta, the old school, like houses that were born, Lord have mercy, houses that were built back in the 80s. I'll see if I can find a house similar. I don't know, but if not, it's okay. This house is made of wood, but the wood that it's made from, it's kind of rough looking. So if you were to like rub your hands up against the house, you literally would probably get all type of splinters all in your fingers. And this house had like wood beams that like went across like this on one side of the house. It was a one level house, and you could see through those wood beams into like a little mini courtyard. So we were able to slide that some kind of way, myself, and I recognized that my mother was there with me. Now, before I get started on this, please know that a lot of times the Lord will show me along with my mother or my father or whatever, which has meaning. It's not like it's a dream just for me, because we always have people that would like to come and say, oh, that dream is just for you. It's not for everybody, okay? Your mother can represent your mother, actually your mother, or your mother can also represent the Holy Spirit in a dream. Your father can represent your true father, or it can also represent Jesus. It can represent God, the Holy Spirit. It can represent all of those, okay? Because they are authority figures in your life. And so we slid that apart, and we went inside. And when we went through those beams, it was like I said, it was a courtyard, but there was another door to go inside the house, and it was glass, double doors that you can slide. I remember seeing there was a lady and there was a man. The man looked like he may have been Indian. The lady seemed to me like she may have been like a real estate agent or something of that sort. Like she was there to show him the property. And for some reason, as he went into the house, he kept saying, Jesus, Jesus. Like, as you know, some people may say that like in a referenced way, like saying the Lord's name in vain, but like they're surprised at whatever it is that they're looking at. So me and my mom went into the house and we started looking around. We saw a screened porch, and this screened porch had two sides, screened from the front all the way to the back of the house. So it was like one whole side of the house was like screened in, like a screened in porch from one side all the way to the other side of the house. I went into this room that kind of looked like a garage almost, but there was a path to a whole other side of the house. So when I went into this room that looked like a garage, there was a little small like strip that when I walked over there by it, I looked and there was a long corridor that was like, no way it was a part of this house, but I could walk through there. And I remember saying to my mom, this house is huge. And she followed me in there And we walked past this huge, before we actually went down the corridor, there was this huge like German Shepherd, black German Shepherd dog that was kind of just laying, you know, in his resting position with his head up right near the entrance of that corridor. And we just ignored him and kept walking. He didn't pay us any attention. And so there's a long, as I said, there was a long corridor, and to the left down that corridor was a desk, and there were some ladies. And on the other side, so imagine walking down a long corridor, and to the left you see a desk and you see some ladies behind the desk. And then on the other side of that corridor that was open, it was like there was no walls. I could see straight down. There were these oversized wolves. I will insert a picture. Terrifying wolves. And they were like werewolves because they were huge. I remember seeing their legs, calves, all that was like really big and fat. And they were standing in this position like they were just ready for an opportunity to pounce. They were looking for an opportunity to pounce. They were watching, but it was like they didn't have permission. And I was walking, I just kept walking. My mother was walking behind me, which lets me know that, you know, she was representing the Holy Spirit, like she was covering me, protecting me. And that was the reason why they could not do anything, but they were in position. They were ready, okay? And it was about 4 or 5 of these things. They were on one side, the ladies were on the other side. Now, at the end, I remember seeing a guy in a gray suit with a black shirt at the end of that corridor, like a quick glimpse of that. But I really don't remember what he was doing. If I had to say that he resembled something, it would be something or someone that maybe resembled maybe a pastor. Okay. So let me go into the interpretations. Mother, as I mentioned, in this represented the Holy Spirit. The house represented a ministry. It represented the church. Okay. So that house was in a church. The corridor represented life journey, passage to and from the heart, past journey, future path, path to destiny, transition, passing or passage of time. So for the most part, it was in reference to the life journey. Okay. So someone's life journey, going through stages of ministry, going through their life journey in a church. Okay. But the dog, the big dog that was at the entrance of the corridor represented a watchman. Now there could be a good or bad watchman. And it was at the entrance of that corridor. As we know, the corridor represented a life journey. So a watchman, a bad watchman, thank you, Holy Spirit, would be like a familiar spirit. We know that we have familiar spirits that are watching and waiting on our life journey for us to make the wrong turn and give them reason to attack us. Okay. The receptionist or the lady at the desk represents someone who receives the word, a prophet, a preacher, an actual believer. But before I go to the other side, the desk represents a business or work issue. It actually represents more of teaching, schooling, or learning. So she represented a preacher, a believer, a prophet, someone who receives the word from God, and she is there to school and teach. Okay. So that left side represented the true, teachers, the true prophetic people, okay, that you can trust, a true believer. But to the right side, okay, the wolves represented Satan, unregenerated predators, predatory ministers, false prophets, those who ruthlessly destroy people for selfish gain, deception, and they're watching and in position, waiting for those who come into their church or come into presence who is ignorant to the things of the spirit, who don't have a relationship with God, and they take advantage of them. Those wolves also represented ravenous wolves. I heard ravenous wolves, which means extremely hungry, very eager or greedy for food. The Greek concordance, it means famished, peckish, sharp set, a robber and extortioner. Okay, so then when I looked at the suit colors, the color gray represented uncertainty or ill-defined gray area. So we have pastors who are in the gray area. Okay, double-minded is what it means, lukewarm and death. These pastors are the ravenous wolves because they're double-minded, lukewarm, and they're ill-defined. They are allowing themselves to be influenced by familiar spirits so that they can take advantage of people, destroy people for selfish gain, okay, and come to people in deception. The black part of the suit represented without life or light, without the spirit, operating in the soul, wicked, sin, deceitful. Okay, the suit itself represented a pastor and a desire for prominence. There's basically, the Lord is saying, both sides along your life journey, through your walk with the Lord, you will be presented with both. And without discernment, without the Holy Spirit walking with you and guiding you through your life journey, okay, through the transitional times in your life, through your future paths, the only way you're going to be able to see them as separate and see them for who they are in the spirit, because me seeing a ravenous wolf that looked like that was me being able to see who the person was in the spirit and what they represented in the spirit. Okay, and so if you don't have the Holy Spirit that's walking on this journey with you, you won't be able to determine or have them on separate sides and see that they're not the same, that they are totally different, because you want to be able to connect yourself to the people that were at the desk, the receptionist, the people that were the believer, the true prophet, okay, the ones that are there to teach you, to lead you, to guide you, school you. Okay, so I think it's very important that we start making sure, doing a check, thanking the Holy Spirit for walking with you, but making sure you don't have any open doors that would keep you from being able to discern properly. All right, make sure the Holy Spirit is walking behind you and leading you when you're making decisions on what church that you are going into, the covering that you are allowing yourself to be under, because whatever judgment that they are under because of their foolishness and their deception and their unclean spirits, you will be attacked by those same things because you are under that covering. So be very careful, okay, guys? And that's all I have for you. Thank you so much for watching this video. I love you guys, and I'll see you in my next one.